But speaking of the Yankees, that you're a Whitey Ford. Tom Glavine is often compared to Whitey Ford. Do you see a comparison there?
Yes, very much so. Either one is exceptionally fast, and they spot the ball very well. I think Whitey's a little better because Glavine, he doesn't get that outside pitch and make him go for that. And he gets hit fairly hard. He's still a good pitcher. But Whitey didn't have to do that to get him out. He would change speeds a lot. Good breaking pitch, fast sliders. But they were both great. I mean, either one would make a start of a great club.
Well, I'm sure you've been asked this one many times. The greatest player you ever saw, Mantle, DiMaggio, somebody else?
Well, for all around, I picked DiMaggio. As far as hitting, it was Williams. Nobody hit like him. And there were some great ball players in those days. Hey!
But if Mickey had remained injury-free, do you think he would have rewritten the record book?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Same thing with, let's see, who else was like that? The career was shortened because of...
Well, Herb Score, the pitcher.
Score, yeah. Well, he would have been a great one. Munson, too, his career was short. He got that jet.
Sure, when he passed away.
Yeah.
But you've seen so many great players with the Yankees. What was your favorite era? Let's say as a broadcaster. Was it the Bronx Zoo teams with Reggie Jackson, Thurman Munson?
No, that was good. That was good for the press and reporters. I mean, they loved it. Everybody get there early just to see who was going to get mad and call meetings. And it was Reggie and Billy Martin and Nettles and Thurman, and everybody was, you know, it was, but they'd still win the ball games. You know, it's hard to say that had anything to do with them not winning.
So was that your favorite era, do you think?
No, I liked it better when they had Mantle and Maris hit those 61 home runs.
Right.
And that year they hit more home runs than any other team. It's great to be, you know, play with them, and not play with them, to broadcast.
Well, I remember Johnny Blanchard was a third-string catcher. He had 21 home runs. I mean, what third-string catcher has 21 home runs? But if, let's say you were commissioner of baseball. Let's say Bud Selig resigned suddenly, got fed up with Donald Fear, and you became the commissioner. What would you change in baseball?
Well, I would change, not too much, because I hate to meddle with the game as it is. You got to get where there's a happy medium. You know, it's terrible now with the way the world has been since the 9/11. Things will never be the same. With all that hanging in the balance, they might go on strike. Now that makes the ball players a little lousy because they're getting more money than they could ever dreamed of getting. And it's ridiculous now. The average salary for the ball player now is over $2 million.
Yes.
The average salary.
What was your peak, Phil? Your best salary as a player?
$50,000. I had to be the MVP to get it.
Mm. That's amazing. Now the minimum salary is going to be $300,000. The minimum. That's for a rookie with no experience. That's what they just negotiated.
Oh yeah.
$300,000 as a minimum. That's no experience for 6 months worth of work. That's amazing.
It is amazing. It really is.
But I guess players, you know, they often do better in the broadcast booth or at card shows.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
Joe D.
great
did
for the old timers. Yeah.
Oh, Joe did great at the card shows.
Yeah.
And Mickey too, for that matter.
Oh, and Mickey very well. Yeah. Both of them were very much wanted by the fans. Got a little out of hand when they were getting some forgeries.
Oh, I know. That's the bad part.
Yeah.
So you have fond memories at M&M Boys in '61?
Yep.
The race when they both had, I think Mantle had 54.
Yeah, Mickey had that. Came up with a bad. What was it?
He got injured late in the season. He missed about a week.
Yeah, that was enough. And the thing is that poor Maris, he's a great kid, but everybody was rooting for Mickey to break the record.
Because he was a Yankee from the beginning.
Yeah, but Maris was really great.
And of course, you must remember when Satchel Paige integrated the American League.
Yes. Oh,
what was that like when you faced Satchel Paige?
Well, I had faced Satchel when I was a kid in high school, and I played against these semi-pro teams, Black Yankees, Colored Giants, And I got more benefit out of playing against those guys. They could have all been in the big leagues. They were great players, and I learned an awful lot. And I batted against Satchel, and they had portable lights then. It was like just about this bright here.
Oh, gee.
And you couldn't see. I got to where I could hit those good fastball pitches. It really helped me a great deal when I went into playing the minor leagues.
But were you surprised when Satchel came up? He must have been at least 42, 43 when he came
There
up.
was no telling what, nobody knew his right age. But he was a great guy. I got to know him real well because I mean Barnstorm one year, first year after the war. Bob Feller had a team that he and I and Charlie Keller and Tommy Henrik, a lot of the ball players, and then Satchel had his team. And old airplanes that they go from town to town.
And you don't like to fly, Phil.
No, no.
Is that the reason you don't like to fly?
No, but that's one of the reasons.
Well, that must have been, barnstorming must have been fun. They don't do that anymore now
No,
because the
no.
players don't need the money.
No, that's right. They certainly don't.
They could take the whole winter off. They used to have other jobs.
Yep.
In fact, I interviewed the other day Gene Locklear, who told me that he never made more than $35,000. He played for Cincinnati,
yeah, right.
and also with the Yankees a little
Yeah.
bit. And he said he was an artist during the
Yeah.
winter, and he made money selling baseball art.
Yeah, he did something for me, I remember. Beautiful picture.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Even Walter Alston, he was a biology teacher
Yeah.
during the off season. And you worked, I think, in the American
American
stores.
shops, yeah, you had to.
What was that? That's
We were in the
clothing?
World Series just to be at clothing.
Clothing.
Just about every year. That's what really helped me. 'Cause then you had to go to. We didn't win the series. I had to go to work for the winter.
But if you won, you got the World Series money, so
Yeah.
you could take it easy.
Yeah.
That was great. And I remember you had the Barrow Rizzuto bowling alley. I'm from Passaic,
Yeah.
New Jersey, and that was in Clifton,
Yeah.
in Stuyertown, right next
Yeah.
door. And I guess it's become something else. I don't think it's a bowling alley now.
No, I don't think so. But we got in just at the right time. But then it was oversaturated. We made all our money back in 3 years, which was unbelievable.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden they were putting one up on each corner, and they had just too many of them. And so Yogi and I gave it to our brothers, my brother and Yogi's brother, and they made a living for 20 years out of it.
Oh, very
We
nice.
broke even. We maybe made a few dollars. So it was our first venture into the big business, cruel world.
Were you surprised that Yogi was able to win 3 MVP awards?
No, I wasn't surprised. And he was very upset when I won mine because he had a much better year than I did, yeah.
So he might have been the first guy to
He
win
would have been
4.
the first guy to win 4. He let me know it many times.
Well, Stan Musial almost won 4, but Hank Aaron got 9 more votes than he did in
Yeah,
57.
right.
And finally, Barry Bonds did win 4.
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
So he's the only guy ever to do that, win 4 MVPs.
Yeah.
So what do you envision for the future, Phil? You think the Yankees will continue to win every year?
Well, I can't think about anything until this period is over where they're talking about striking. I just can't see. Everybody's making a lot of money. The fans are happy. The ball players are happy. The owners are happy. Something about these meetings and saying they're going to go on strike, and then it really happens. It'll ruin baseball almost forever.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, Jimmy Carter has offered to be a mediator. Do you think that's a good idea to have somebody like a former president
No.
come in?
I don't think that it is. You got to get somebody who's a baseball man. These arbitrators for the salaries, they don't have it out in left field. They give away things that. So I don't think that would. I like Jimmy Carter. He tries things.
Yeah, I figured he settled the Middle East, or tried to settle the Middle East,
Yeah.
and Northern Ireland and a few other places he negotiated. And if he can settle with people that are going to kill each other, maybe he can work something out with baseball too, would be nice.
Well, let's hope they don't strike.
I hope not.
Pretty soon I'm going to have to go.
Oh, I know. Well, my
Well,
last
under the
question.
weather.
My last question is St. Joseph's School for the Blind. If people want to make a donation, how do they do it?
Well, just write to St. Joseph School for the Blind, Jersey City, New Jersey, and I don't have the zip right with me, but you get Eddie Lucas and he can answer it a lot better than I. And people, when they go, try to get them up there, they'll see the kids, and once they see that, then their pocketbook comes empty right away. And, then they'll help the kids. A lot of times they don't have time to stop them. Because I'm with the kids a lot. over there. I see it. It breaks your heart, so you want to do something for them.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why these golf tournaments have been so good for them.
Well, it's a very worthy cause, St. Joseph School for the Blind.
Yep.
And it's in Jersey City, New Jersey, and Rizzuto has been running this golf tournament with Ed Lucas for the last 12 years. A very, very worthy cause. And Phil, thank you for taking the time to be our guest on Baseball Plus. Thank you.
Always
Really
good to be
nice.
with you.
Thank you very much. This is Dan Schlossberg for Baseball Plus. Thanks for...